Yo, what's going on, guys? In my last video, I did like a 17-minute trailer breakdown for a 2-minute Avengers Endgame trailer. So for my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse review, I'm gonna try and keep this like 5 minutes, no more than that. So let's just get right into it. I've been a really big fan of like Spider-Man animated stuff ever since like the 90s cartoon that I used to watch when I was a kid, and like even the Spider-Man MTV show that was only on for one season, but it was actually pretty good. So I was like really excited about this movie, even though it was like Marvel had nothing to do with it. It was just Sony, and it was a Miles Morales story. Um, but especially after playing the Marvel Spider-Man game on PS4, where Miles Morales has like a little role in that. So yeah, I was pretty happy about this one. But I gotta admit, like these first initial trailers here, the art style was like somewhat choppy almost, and I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna be like hard to look at. But then I started seeing like other reviews and like initial reviews for this movie, and people were saying like this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time and one of the best movies of 2018. So I figured that the art style must not be like what I thought it was, and let me just clear that out of the way. Like after watching this movie, absolutely no problems with the art style, and I'm just gonna put it out and say that this movie is just solid, fun, and just like really enjoyable. Like those are just like the three adjectives I can use to describe it. But despite that, I'm not gonna say that this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Like I would still take Homecoming over this, Spider-Man 2 definitely, and also Spider-Man 1. But this is way better than the garbage that was Spider-Man 3, like the mediocre Amazing Spider-Man, and the atrocity that was the Amazing Spider-Man 2. But like, even though this is called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or whatever, it's like the other Spider-Man really don't have that big of a role aside from like the old Peter Parker. Like this is just truly a Miles Morales story. Um, as for the humor in this movie, it's got some good moments, no doubt, but there was really nothing that like made me like laugh out, like just bawling, you know, like stomach hurting, all that stuff. Like nothing really in this movie. But that's not to say that this movie, like the lack of humor or whatever, um, doesn't make this movie enjoyable, because that's just not true. Like you can still have this movie is still really good. Like a really good animated movie, really good comic book movie, really good Spider-Man movie, really good like movie in general, mainly because of the story, the art style, which surprised me, and Miles Morales. Like he carries this movie from start to finish, no doubt. But actually, the movie that this movie like compares to, in my opinion, is like the Lego Batman movie that came out like a year or two ago. I'm not sure, but like I would say, even though Spider-Man is my favorite like superhero, I would still probably say that Lego Batman is a tiny bit better, mainly because of the humor in that movie is just better in my opinion, and Will Arnett is just he's hilarious as Batman. So yeah, overall, I would say that this movie, I'm just gonna summarize it real quick. I would give this like an 8 out of 10, like in terms of my scale or whatever scale I'm like referring to. So yeah, it's a solid 8 out of 10, good for all ages, regardless of who you are, and yeah. So that's just gonna be the end of the video. I didn't want to make this too long. Hopefully I didn't go over 5 minutes. I don't really know, but if you're interested in me and my other content, be sure to follow me on Twitch, where I just like chill and play Fortnite and interact with like my viewers and followers, stuff like that. You can also follow me on Twitter, when I'll like post whenever I'll like tweet out whenever I'm live or post a new YouTube video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Peace.